My entitled colleague tried to get me to cancel my holiday because I didn't have any kids. Many years ago, when I was in my early 20s, I used to work in a supermarket. Normally, I got along with all my colleagues and was always happy to do them favors, like swapping shifts, provided I was not doing anything else. However, one colleague had a habit of seeing last-minute holiday deals and then booking them before she checked if she could have the time off. Then, if management told her too many people were off, she tried to bully other staff into canceling their holiday. Sadly, many buckled and gave in to her. This time around, myself and a manager had a week off in the same week as this entitled coworker of mine. She knew she couldn't bully the manager, so while I was on break, she came up to me. My colleague said, "Oh, hey there, you're on holiday in a few weeks, right?" I nodded, knowing exactly where this was going. She went on to say, "Oh, well, I just booked this beautiful holiday, beautiful resort, great bargain. The kids are so excited. The trouble, management said they can't give me the time off because, well, you're off. Would you cancel your holiday?" I looked her straight in the eye and I said, "No." "No? What do you mean no? You're not going anywhere. You never go anywhere. What difference does it make if you take your holiday time another week?" I try to tell her that I have plans, but she ends up interrupting me, saying, "Yeah, probably sleeping. That's not plans. You are so selfish after all the favors I have done for you." After she said that, I said, "You've never done me any favors. I have swapped many shifts for you over the years, including New Year's because you said you wanted to spend time with your kids, but every time I asked to swap with you, you always refuse." "Well, you don't have any kids. It doesn't matter when you take holiday. My kids are so excited about this holiday. You're going to upset them, and I've already paid my deposit. I'll lose it if I cancel now." I tell her, "Well, maybe you should have checked you could have the time off before you booked the holiday." After I said this, she went absolutely crazy, cussing, screaming, and yelling at me in a way that I've never been talked to before. And after that, everything changed. She starts screaming at me and starts saying these terrible cuss words, saying stuff like, "What are you doing that's so important that you won't give up your holiday time?" And after I explained to her that I'm going to my cousin's wedding, she simply doesn't have it, claiming that I shouldn't have to go for an entire week, saying it's absolute garbage that I'm taking this time off. So I go on to explain that I'm actually spending most of the week catching up with family up there. Mind you, these are people I have not seen in years. She goes on to say, "Well, it's just a cousin. They're not that important. And if you haven't seen them in years, that's your fault. You could see them anytime. I need that holiday week more than you." She continued to moan and groan, calling me selfish, demanding that I cancel my holiday. She tried to guilt trip me into submission by reminding me her kids were so excited and how upset they would be if they couldn't go, and how I was going to make them cry and how they hadn't had a holiday like this in years, which is just an utter lie. Having had enough of her, I got up and walked away because if I didn't, I was going to lose my... Right after that, I put in a complaint with HR and to the duty manager. The manager had a word with this lady and told her that no, you can't make people cancel their holiday. She claimed she had just asked me nicely and I took it the wrong way, and the complaint went no further, though my coworker did indeed stop bugging me. Fast forward several weeks. I returned to work after my holiday and found no trace of my colleague. Usually, as soon as anyone who refused to cancel their holiday for this lady had finally gotten back from their own holiday, this lady would waste no time in trying to make them feel bad. But that's when I learned that my colleague had been fired. It turns out that she had called in sick the week I was on holiday. The managers got suspicious as this was the exact week that she wanted off. They did some digging where they saw pictures on her Facebook account that proved she went ahead and went on holiday. And so because of that, she was immediately fired.